Okay, you're gonna need glue, duct tape, scissors, and tin foil, and bubble wrap, and hair. You can have the hair back combed like dreads or loose like regular hair. You're gonna take the tin foil and you're gonna roll it into like a taper. You're gonna roll it. It doesn't have to be tubed, you just have to roll it. Roll it up. And then I just squeeze it together, make it make sense, you know, solid. You do that to the other one, kind of make them match as best you can. And you want to kind of put them in the shape that you're going to want them for the most part. You don't want to shape them completely yet. You're going to start off with the bubble wrap. You're going to want to wrap it kind of tight, but not too tight. And the tape you're going to need when your hands are kind of full. And the duct tape I used was terrible. You roll it up. And the bottom you don't have to taper yet. And here you just duct tape it so it's not going anywhere. And then you're going to cut off a little less than what you had on the very bottom. And that's when you're going to want to start tapering. And by tapering I mean wrapping upwards, kind of at an angle. You want to tape that. And I used a little bit for the end to, you know, make it make sense, kind of proportioned. And it doesn't matter what it looks like now, it's going to matter later. Like, it doesn't matter how choppy it looks. Like, right now I'm just winging it. This was kind of a spur of the moment type thing. Didn't plan it, and this is only the second pair of horns I've ever made, so you're going to want to do the same thing to the other horn, and it may not be exactly the same, but that's okay, because there are horns that are different, there are horns that are similar, but never identical. And I used, the glue I used is really good for everything I was doing, but I used tape for this for stability. And it would have taken too long for the glue to dry anyway. Make sure you have tape ready. It's really inconvenient when you don't and you've already oil. And this is a method that can definitely be perfected. It's just a cheap, quick way I found to make them. The hair is most important. I used kanekalon. I don't suggest using any other. But there you go. There's your base. Now you're going to want to use hair. The hair I use is pre-back combed. It had already been back combed. But you want to glue the base as you start wrapping the hair kind of evenly. Not perfect, but kind of, you know, so the base gets covered completely. You want to start wrapping where there's glue, and when you run out of glue, glue some more. I didn't know what I was doing with the two colors, but it worked. I'm sure that there are better ways to do it, probably easier ways to do it than I did it here, but just glue. Glue until you can't glue anymore. It's just really ugly when the glue gets on the outside of the hair on the horn, but hey, make it look good. That's my motto. Doesn't matter how it's made, just make it look good. You want to do this wrapping thing, so it doesn't matter about proportions really, I think. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. And when you wrap, you want to make sure that the top is nicely wrapped, so it kind of, you know, you can see the taper of the horn. All the work you did with bubble wrap and tin foil and everything. You want to make it look good. I didn't know what to do with this, so I just, with the red hair, so I just glued and glued and glued until it looked good, or well enough. I just said whatever, and I kept going. And this glue's okay to get. I know it doesn't look right now, but it will. You want to do the same exact thing to the second horn as best you can with the colors and with the direction you're wrapping and how tightly you're wrapping. It all has to kind of make sense. I know these weren't perfect and I could definitely do better, but this is just a quick tutorial just for your viewing pleasures. Maybe somebody could take off with it and find better methods and take it and run. This one, I had more pink on this one, or purple pink or whatever, on this horn than I did on the other one. And I realized what I had done after I'd already glued and I didn't want to take it apart. And this is what I see. But I just glued. I didn't stop gluing until it looked good. I took some red and bare parts there. I just filled in with the red. And I tried to kind of make it look like the other one where it's a little hairy and spiky. I twisted the hair here with the glue on it to try to extend the hair and make it look a little more choppy and wicked. Originally these horns were supposed to be cute, but they still ended up looking kind of wicked. But there's your horn. We have to attach them somehow to something. So I thought a little headband, and it didn't work. So you want to use hot glue, and I cut slits in the bottoms where this one specifically gave me a hard time, and I had to take it apart, put it back together so many different times to make it work. I would suggest using a stronger headband because this headband was not strong, and I got those for that reason so it didn't pinch the temples, but those were for the bunny ears I was doing for a while band. And I put duct tape here trying to give it a little more stability, but it didn't work. It didn't help at all. Now, I tried to put them on that way to see if they look better, but now I'm going to form them till I think they look kind of okay. They kind of look like ram horns, but there you go. Looks weird, but oh well. I think it looks pretty cool. It's a good idea. Yay.